Happy Monday, Motivation Movers. Happy Memorial Day to all my people out there. Today, we are going to do what is called a double combo. We're going to do the Daily Affirmation mixed in with the Motivation Movement. I actually took a lot of notes specifically today because I prayed on something specific yesterday, and I was really, deep in prayer of this situation. And then I had someone who read to me out of nowhere, family member read to me some insert from a book that they had been reading that had my name in it. And they said, oh, it's crazy. This book has your name in it. And it made me think of you. Check this out. And then so I start reading the insert and I was like, oh my God, the words that's in the insert in reference to the book you're reading is exactly what I prayed on. So clearly God had given me a message through that person reading something that had my name inside as one of the characters from the story. It was just really amazing because that's the things that God does. When you pray on things, He will present it to you in different forms. So He presented it to me through someone else reading a book that happened to have a character with my name. And it was pretty much exactly what I was praying about. So it blew my mind away. And I thought, let me share some of this information, but put it in my own words, not really taken from someone else, So first we'll start with this. Make sure you guys are hitting the subscribe, like, share button on the official Coco Renee YouTube channel. If you are on Instagram, just simply follow, like, share. You guys could repost. I'm good with that. And yeah, that's about it. Just make sure you guys hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube so you can be able to get the notifications. I want to go ahead and get into this so I'm not cutting off too much time talking to you guys because I did take a week of a break last week to get my mind and my spirit mentally together in reference to that prayer. And really this is all about the destiny that God has for us that's already predestined. And I thought this is important because there's a lot of people going through different things right now, and I think that we need to understand what God has in store for us. It's beyond our wildest imagination. We could walk around life trying to fulfill our own purpose, but we're not here for that. God put us all here individually for a specific reason. So we'll just start with that. All right, so this is from Ecclesiastes 6:10. Whatsoever hath been, the name thereof was given long ago. And it is known what man is, neither can he contend with him that is mightier than he. So I'll read this again so you guys have an understanding. Whatsoever hath been, okay, so whatever has been, the name thereof was given long ago. It was already long ago already named, okay? And it is known what is man, neither can he contend with him, God is who him, that is mightier than he. So man can contend with God who is mightier than us, okay? So just to break it down, when you're dealing with the road of destiny, okay, and I'm gonna read some things that I wrote down that God put in my spirit. Normally I just kind of freestyle it, but since it was on my spirit and I didn't want to lose my train of thought, I said, let me write this down. This is important stuff, okay? Because once I lose it, it's gonna be hard to try to phrase it again. Okay, so what I wrote down that God had given me earlier was the road of God's destiny for your life is a process. The process will have its highs and its lows. You will have failures, and the biggest thing of it all is you will have fear of failures, okay? And with the fear of failures in life rather than the actual failure itself. So what I was basically, getting from God is that people live in fear for so long of the failure. The fear of failing in the situation will stop a person from moving forward and pursuing their destiny. By you doing that, you are hitting roadblocks and obstacles, and you're really stopping yourself from moving on to the next level of what God has in store for you. So in order for you to be able to pursue the destiny that God has in store for you, you have to be willing to fail. The failures is a part of the process, the highs, the lows. And then there's 4 C's, okay? Let me give you guys the 4 C's. And I wrote these down too so that I didn't forget them in the order that they're presented. So the 4 C's that God has given me to give you guys is chaos, conflict, confusion, and challenges. These are 4 C's. These are basically what life is going to always have involved in it. You're going to always face chaos. There's going to be different situations that are going to occur. You cannot get past it. I don't care how peaceful you try to live your life, you will endure some type of chaos one way or another, whether it's big or small. You're going to have some chaos in your life, okay? You're going to deal with conflict. We live in a world with other people. We don't live in this world by ourselves. There will always be someone that has a opposing thought to you or to what your movement is or whatever it is that you're trying to pursue in your life. There's going to always be some sort of conflict, okay? Whether it's with yourself, with someone else, a circumstance, conflict will exist. Confusion. We're all aware that we live in a world that can have a lot of confusion, a lot of distractions, a lot of different mixed messages where you just never ever know what is quite for you, okay? And I think confusion is a huge one because this is a lot of the reasons why people have the fear of failure. And they will block themselves because of this confusion. Comes in and it gets you all stirred up because you start thinking too much into your mind. And when you get into your own thoughts, that causes what? Confusion. And then the fourth one would be challenges. That's life. You cannot live life without having the challenges, having obstacles, tribulations. This is a part of our growing experience in order for us to reach the destiny. A lot of times the things that we least expect that we will be great at is what we will be great at, what we are meant to be successful in if we just pursue it and move forward with God's destiny for us. But a lot of us are so scared of that big dream that we feel like there's no way that we can even overcome it. And it's a part of the journey, honestly. You having self-doubt is a part of the journey. You going out there to make attempts at it is a part of the journey. If you fail at it, it's a part of the journey. If you become successful at it, it's a part of the journey. I think what people fear is once you make it to a certain level, not being able to maintain it. So some people get so scared they fold. They're like, okay, you know what? I don't want that pressure on me, so I'd rather just stay where I'm at because it's safe. But being in a safe place is not the destiny that God has for you. You are not meant to be in a safe place. You're not meant to stay in the position you're in. I see this a lot in life. We will use a job as an example. We see people who are cashiers at a place that they could have managed. They'll be a cashier for 20 years because they're afraid of managing people. They're afraid of failing at management. So they will stay in that same cashier position forever because it's comfortable. They know it very well. They've executed it. They know it like the back of their hand. It's nothing new for them to have to learn. There's no challenge in it anymore. Once they've overcome the challenge of learning it, that's just their comfort zone. They'll stay there and never ever move forward in life to be successful, to be something bigger than just a cashier because they want to stay in their comfort zone. And then you just never ever allow yourself the opportunity. I'm gonna just tell you guys this and then I'm gonna go. Stop living life in fear of failing. Failing is a part of the process. You cannot know what it's like to be successful without a failure. I've talked about this a long time ago, but I'm presenting it to you in a different way. I think this is the huge hurdle that we deal with in all types of aspects of life. It doesn't have to be a career. It could be, your relationship, whether it's a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, family member, friend, whatever. We can always have fear of failure in any circumstance. Just not willing to take a risk on something to know what is on the other side because we're afraid that we may fail and it might not be successful. It's okay. Sometimes the process of pain and going through the 4 C's is a part of that process to get you towards your destiny. I will tell you, every single conflict, every single challenge, chaos, and what was the other one, confusion that I've had in my life has led me to where I'm at now. If you guys knew me 20 years ago, I was a mess. I would not be where I'm at, evolving, okay, as God's butterfly, if I stayed in the position I was in over 20 years ago. If I was the same person back then, now, you guys wouldn't even know my name. I would be probably one of these people you see on these videos that's doing all kind of crazy stuff that you guys talk about, because I would be living in a failed life. I would be living in that fear, never ever pursuing the destiny that God had for me. I stepped on the ledge and I took a chance, and I had faith because I just got tired of not knowing what was on the other side. I got to a point in life where I said, you know what, I'd rather fail but try at failing, or however you want to put it, than to just sit here and just be a failure. I'd rather try to win and fail, I'll say it like that, than to just sit here and be a failure. At least if I try, I'll know what the outcome will be at the end of it, what I did wrong, and then moving forward, I'll know what I need to do to correct it so that I can be successful the next time around. All right, y'all, that's all I have for y'all today. I wanted to share that because I think that we live in a world that makes us feel like we have to live up to a certain standard that the world wants us to live into. Excuse the background noise because I am outside. But we should be living in the standard of God, not in the standard of the world. And this is the problem with people of the world now. So busy trying to live up to someone else's standards, and this is why you're not successful. Living up to someone else's standards, and this is why you are going through the hurt, pain, and all the hurdles and the emotional depression and all that craziness. But if you was going through the process based on what God has in store for you, it would be a completely different feeling. It would be so much more rewarding and fulfilling even when you fail. You won't feel bad at failing because you know God's got your back and that this is a part of the process and a part of the walk with Him. That's the difference. People will not make you feel fulfilled in that way, but God will. All right, you guys, have a blessed Monday. Enjoy your Memorial Day. Until next time, movers. Toodles.